Today we are redoing our doors to make them look better, or trying to. We live in a 1967 home, which we have metal framing. So instead of, and this is all plaster, so instead of doing pre-hung doors, we had to cut everything out. It's got wire mesh, everything else. It would just be just a mess to mess with. So we figured we'd try this route first. So this is the door before we did what we did on the outside of it, which I'm going to show you. We just gave it a nice light sanding. I used an 80 grit, but you can use a finer one because it's really thin wood. They're hollow doors, so you can eat through it real quick. New door handles. I just used my old hinges and just repainted them, and this is what we got. And I added this molding, which a lot of them you see they'll cut everything else, but I'm going to show you how I did this without using a saw. All you need is a glue and a little pin nailer, a little bit of paint, and you'll be good to go. I'll show you how I did that. Stay tuned. All right, so here's where I was talking about we don't need a saw. We bought these here at Lowe's. You can see they're made for what people do in their fancy homes or whatever. Instead of cutting everything else, you can get them in this size, which is, was that 14 by 23? I bought these smaller ones for a skinny door. They're going to stand one on top of the other, so to speak. They actually make them a little bit bigger than this, and they also make them to where it's got a rounded edge to it rather than squared. But and the only thing I did, glue it. It's not really wood. It's not really plastic either. It's like that fake, that trim work and baseboard and stuff. I'm basically just gonna glue it down, and I'm gonna use my little pin nailer, and that's how I just cheat at the system. Because when you look at it, all the corners are beautifully done. Whenever you use a miter saw, you have to cut them, get them exactly right, square them up, putty them or whatever you want to do, sand it so that it actually looks like this. This just makes everything a lot easier. They're a little bit pricey. I don't know if they're like $10 a piece or something like that, but I figured what the heck, we'll try something different. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna put it together.
Most people use brushes, don't they? And you're not most people.
Can you see those nail holes? That's how small those are, ain't it? With that little micro pin nailer, that's the first time I've ever used one, and it actually works really damn good. It don't hardly leave a head on there. It don't leave a dent or not like that, so whenever you paint, it should cover it right up. I think that's the whole purpose of them too. We even put them right here in the corner of it, and it doesn't split it, don't tear the wood up or nothing. So the little micro pin nailer is a pretty good tool to have. Like I said, it's the first time I ever used one, and now this here is just ready for paint. I just need to paint my hardware. We'll see how it goes. Well, it's door number 2. The first door you saw at the beginning of the video was the previous one I just did. This is our one to the bathroom, and that's all I got. That's what we got. I think it turned out pretty good.